boys and girls. Today we're going to read the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Maybe you've heard it. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Do you notice anything just from the title in this picture? I hope you said that the number 3 is in this story. Already we can see 3 bulls and 3 bears. Once upon a time, I hope you went check, because our story starts like a fairy tale. There's that element of fairy tales. Once upon a time. Now I'm going to let you enjoy the story, but you can always pause it to tell your learning coach if you notice another element of fairy tales while I'm reading. Once upon a time, Goldilocks was playing in the woods near her home. As she skipped along the pebbly path, her golden locks bouncing, Goldilocks suddenly stopped and sniffed the air. A yummy smell was coming from the middle of the woods. Rumble, rumble. As her tummy grumbled loudly, Goldilocks followed the delicious smell. She soon found herself in front of a little house. I wonder who lives here, she said. Goldilocks knocked loudly on the front door. But on the last knock, the door swung open. There was no one at home. Goldilocks saw 3 bowls of porridge on the kitchen table. I'm sure no one will mind if I have a little taste of this porridge, she told herself. Goldilocks ate a spoonful of porridge from the biggest bowl. Yuck, she cried. This porridge is much too cold. Goldilocks tried the medium-sized bowl. Ouch, she gasped. This porridge is much too hot. Finally, Goldilocks took a little mouthful from the smallest bowl. She sighed. This porridge is perfect. And she ate it all up. Then Goldilocks went into the living room for a rest. She saw a big chair, a medium-sized chair, and a tiny little chair. Goldilocks climbed onto the biggest chair. This chair is too big, she said. Next, Goldilocks clambered onto the medium-sized chair. The cushions were very squishy. This chair is too soft, she cried. Then Goldilocks tried the tiny chair. This chair is perfect, beamed Goldilocks. She was just getting comfortable when, crack! The chair broke into pieces. Oh no, Goldilocks gasped. Perhaps I should lie down instead. Upstairs, Goldilocks found a big bed, a medium-sized bed, and a tiny little bed. When she jumped on the big bed, it was too hard. The medium-sized bed was too soft for bouncing, and the little bed was perfect. Goldilocks sighed happily. And the little girl crawled under the covers and fell fast asleep. Zzz. Meanwhile, 3 hungry bears returned to the little house. They had been for a walk while their hot porridge cooled down. But the door was already open, and there were muddy footprints in the hall.
Someone's been eating my porridge, roared Daddy Bear. Roar!
Someone's been eating my porridge too, growled Mommy Bear. Look, squeaked Baby Bear. My porridge has all gone. The 3 bears went into the living room.
Someone's been sitting in my chair, roared Daddy Bear.
Someone's been sitting in my chair too, growled Mommy Bear. Someone's been sitting in my chair, squeaked Baby Bear, and they've broken it. Suddenly, the 3 bears heard a noise coming from upstairs.
Someone's been sleeping in my bed, roared Daddy Bear as he stepped into the bedroom.
Someone's been sleeping in my bed too, growled Mommy Bear, straightening the cover. Zzz. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, squeaked Baby Bear, and she's still there. Goldilocks woke up with a start and screamed, "Ah!" The three bears watching in surprise as she ran off through the forest as fast as her little legs would carry her. And guess what? The three bears never saw Goldilocks again. The end. Boys and girls, what did you think of this story? Tell your learning coach your favorite part, and then after you do that, unpause the video and we'll talk about the elements of the fairy tale. All right, boys and girls, let's think about our story, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Were the words once upon a time in our story? Yep, check. Were there talking animals? Definitely. Talking bears, of course. How about the numbers 3 or 7? Definitely. There were 3 bears, 3 beds, 3 bowls of porridge, 3 chairs. So many threes. Was the setting a castle, a cottage, or woods? Definitely. They used words like forest, woods, trees. So woods and forest, those mean the same thing. Those are synonyms. Synonyms are words that mean almost the same thing. How about magic? Was there magic? No. Was there a problem? Oh, there were a lot of problems. Please pause the video and tell your learning coach what the problem was. And then make sure when there's a problem, there's usually a solution. Tell them what the solution was. I'm glad you're back. Was there good versus evil? No, not really. There wasn't an evil wolf or an evil witch, just regular. How about royalty? No, not really. Was there a happy ending? Yeah, we could go either way on this. The story just said the end. It didn't really say, and they all lived happily ever after. But there wasn't really a bad ending either. So we could go either way. Since it didn't say, and they all lived happily ever after, we'll leave that unchecked. But if you thought there was a happy ending, I would understand that too. All right, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 6 elements of fairy tales in Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Now for the final part of your lesson. I want you to start at the beginning. Say who the characters are, where they go, and what they do in the beginning, middle, and ending of the story. That means you're going to retell the story to your learning coach. Retell. Make sure you include those things like characters, setting, and the main events from the beginning, middle, and end. Great job reading Goldilocks and the Three Bears with me.
Bye, boys and girls.